Welcome back, everyone! Today we're going to be learning how to draw eyes from famous anime and manga series. Before we get to anime eye styles, let's review the basic anatomy of the eye. The circle that you start out with is called the iris and can come in many different colors. The iris can open and close like the shutter of a camera to let light into the eye. The resulting opening is the pupil, that dark spot. When light hits the smooth surface of the eyeball, called the cornea, it gets reflected in the moisture present. As you can see in the profile view of the eye, the cornea sticks out like the bottom of the bowl, while the iris is further back. My drawing doesn't really illustrate how the iris is also concave. And then you have the eyelashes that limit some of the light hitting the eye, and the eyelids that meet in the inside and outside corners. Moving on, a light source will not only leave that infamous eye shine everyone loves, but also illuminate the opposite concave side of the iris. The side of the iris under the eye shine will usually be darker if the light source is above the face. Anime and cartoons like to emphasize that iris shadow, as well as the majority of the upper lid and its lashes. A lot of attention can be placed on the optional crease line of the eyelid above that dark line of eyelashes, because it can be used to convey different emotions like stress, tiredness, and anger. It can also make eyes look larger. Drawing a generic anime eye to the right, you'll notice that the corners of the eye where the lids meet are often ignored. Irises are stretched and distorted, eye shines get larger and come in a variety of shapes, and the top eyelid gets thicker and darker. Taking chibi eyes into account, the larger the eyes are, the more space they will take up on the face landscape. That leaves less space and focus for other facial features like the nose, mouth, lips, cheeks, etc. The jawline is also altered to compensate for this focus upward. For whatever reason, larger-eyed faces tend to be drawn with noses that are only hinted at. With more traditionally proportional faces, like the smaller one to the left, eyes are supposed to be one eye width apart, leaving room for the bridge of the nose. Since eyes come in all sorts of sizes and shapes in anime and manga, that rule is not always followed. One Punch Man! I love One Punch Man so much. Both the anime by Madhouse and the manga by One and Yusuke Murata. The more realistic sizing of the eyes and facial proportions are great, and the shifting back and forth between Egghead Saitama and serious business hero face is really fun. It's also refreshing to have a character with dark sclera, that white area of their eyes, that is a good guy instead of a bad guy. A heck of a lot of serious face happens in this series, but it all remains feeling really cool. With Saitama's serious eyes, most of your focus is going to go into drawing just the right almond-like shape of his eyelids and hairless eyebrow ridges. There will also usually be some furrows between the eyebrow lines and a line for the bridge of his nose. For once, there aren't any major iris details or large eye shines for the main character, and I think that's awesome. Seen from the side, Saitama's serious eyes are very close to realistic ones. The only major differences being that his brows come down farther above his eyes and the white scleras are kinda big. His masculinity shines through nicely even in his plain design. If you ignore the color differences, Genos' eyes are a lot like Saitama's. His irises are somewhat bigger and feature a pronounced pupil, but the almond shape and downward slant of his eyebrows are almost the same. The hardest part for me is making the black sclera the right size. I'll try harder next time. You can use the same features for his profile, just give him a slightly thicker set of eyebrows. I was in middle school when Pokemon first became a phenomenon in America, but I've lost touch with it over the years. I'm most familiar with those first years of Ash and friends sporting those weird eyes with super thin and tall irises and unique eyelid borders. But he and Pokemon have come a long way in 20 plus years and seen a lot of different styles and artistic renderings. Something common among all the anime and game generations is the priority of focus on and facial realism given to the eyes. They're always big, hyper-stylized, and fun. And to compensate for all the space they take up on the face, noses are almost always non-existent, and mouths and jawlines are shrunken down. We're left with simple characters that are definitely kids and are easy for young fans to project upon. Animation requires an unbelievable amount of work and time. Studios have to take into account how many details each character design requires, because every added detail or nuance or realism means more time and money to draw. Co-creators Michael DiMartino and Brian Konietzko and Nickelodeon Animation Studios really created a unique gem for anime fans in America to enjoy, because they chose to depict beautiful and emotive eyes and other facial features that only strengthen the drama and humor of the story and the characters. Their eye designs are flexible enough for both fun, cartoony moments and relatable, serious expressions. And they are also just simple enough to draw for a 61 episode series. I love that they are also a little different for each character and not one size fits all, for the sake of easy animation. He's a tough one. Creator Kazuki Takahashi really has a unique style when it comes to eyes. They are one of the only anime I can think of that have eyelid lines surrounding the entire eye. Also, it's neat to see the main character, a boy, have such large expressive eyes. Here are Yugi's eyes first, characterized by that rounded rainbow arch. Yugi and the Pharaoh's faces are rather angular, and their eyes, again, take up a lot of space. This forces the other facial features to be small and less pronounced. Note his small forehead and mouth. The line shading on the nose and between the eyebrows keep your focus on the dramatic and fearless eyes. The flatness of the eyes and rigidity of the eyeliner borders make for fewer possibilities in expression and awkward profile shots, though. No doubt that they pay homage to Egyptian hieroglyph art, at least in the case of Yugi's counterpart. The artist of Jojo's Bizarre Adventure, Hirohiko Araki, achieves a great and unique balance between realism and hyper-stylization. His faces have features that don't feel like flat stickers you can just slap anywhere and achieve a Jojo. His attention to nose bridges, cheekbones, and other contours of the face is unrivaled in today's popular anime styles. While his aesthetics don't necessarily echo my own, I respect his decades-long mastery of rendering facial forms with personality. I really like how he draws noses and the concave areas that lie between each eye and the sides of the nose. These little details, along with all of the attention placed in shadowing, really make these characters feel real to me. This concludes the first video I've done about eyes. If you find these tutorials helpful or just want to hear about more styles, let me know. I can add more series to the Rainbow Spinning Wheel and have another go. Thank you for joining me. See you next time.